But which character would you say is like the best for like a first player?
First player, I mean, it really depends on your type. If you really are more of a melee person, then definitely go with the warrior.
Or barbarian?
I can't remember if it's called barbarian or warrior. It's either one. It's the first choice. If you're more into like bows and arrows and stuff like that, more range, but you're always the powerhouse. And when I say powerhouse, I mean you're taking the hits.
You're a tank.
You're the tank. Exactly. Your vitality is super high. Then you definitely want to go with the demon hunter. If you like both a little melee and magic, go with the monk. The monk is both melee and magic. It's a good mix, but it really takes some getting used to. It's not a good
first player.
Not a good first player.
Yeah, we had a look at that earlier on, and it was either between the demon hunter, the monk, or the wizard, which we're playing now. So we canceled out the monk because
it takes so much getting used to, and it's not a good first. You definitely have to get used to the controls and when you should do your primary and secondary, and how much you should use of your secondary, and which directions you need to go, and when you need to actually do some of the secondary quests and when you don't.
So it's for a more experienced player.
Yeah. Right now I don't feel comfortable doing the monk, and I've been playing for 30 hours. But I mean, it really takes some getting used to. So I think that one of the best first, in my opinion, it depends on if you want a story or not. If you just want to learn how to do skills and stuff like that, go with, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish with each character. The witch doctor is the same. She's like melee poison darts.
She's like a melee magic, kind of like a...
No magic. She doesn't really use magic. It's more voodoo.
She's kind of like a necromancer. That's how I think of it. It's kind of like a voodoo necromancer kind of vibe from her.
That's...
Or him.
Yeah, that's... It kind of explains it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that explains it really well. And what else is there? I think there's one more. Let me go to inventory. So here are some things you can, but you obviously go through things, make sure to check. Here you don't want to use it because then your protection will be weakened. Here obviously you want to add it because you don't have anything. Nope.
Yeah, and I think like this one, I love how it just automatically compares the weapon.
Sometimes you cannot.
You cannot.
You cannot rely on the comparison that's there. Normally 99% of the time, go ahead and just use the comparison if you just want to do quick. But if you really want to look at it, you want to compare the speeds.
All right.
So here's the trick. So this one, it'd be a bad choice to do the sword. Even though you do have a plus 0.4 damage, your attack speed is down 0.1. And I think that's enough where you would do more damage with a faster weapon. And you also want to look at here it has 3 to 5 and then 3 to 4. Although there's a wider range on the sword, once again the axe is faster and it would be dealing more damage if you calculated it.
Yeah.
So don't always rely on that. I know the attack speed, not only is it minus 0.8 damage, it's also 0.2 attack speed slower, so that'd be very bad.
Yeah, that's not a very good choice. And plus, the one you have equipped says superior axe rather than axe.
Yeah. Well, don't always trust the names because some of the names, it's very misleading.
Can be misleading. I hate that. They're like, oh, this weapon it's called...
Awesomeness.
It's like awesomeness. And then you have another one, it's like, yay-ness. And yeah, the awesomeness sucks. And gotta go with the yay.
Do I have...
It's
telling me...
Jenna?
An empty slot? No, I don't. Okay? You're spazzing out. Oh, sorry, I didn't level up.
Oh, nice. Alright.
In my personal opinion, I think this is better. But it's all about... Here, when you're leveling up, it's about preference. They're all really good, but it's what you prefer and are more comfortable to be using to attack. Like, I prefer this, personally. And then, for the starter, okay, I want to get back to this. I don't suggest, even if you're melee, I would not suggest starting out melee. Because melee's really hard, because monsters at the very beginning, life starts really low. And some of the monsters do more damage than your life.
Right.
And, I mean, it's not good to be a powerhouse. I think it's better to start out with a ranger. Not the monk, not the witch doctor. I mean, those both take getting used to. So either the wizard or demon hunter.
Alright, so when you feel more comfortable with the controls, then you can go monk or witch doctor.
In warrior, yes. And for warrior, when you feel more comfortable, when you need to like back off or something like that. But yeah, I think we'll
yeah. So one question that I have is, let's say like I choose demon hunter. But I feel more comfortable using swords as
I'm going to interrupt you just a second.
Alright.
I don't like this, so I'm switching to this. But that's my preference, once again.
Yeah.
It's all about preference.
So, like, let's say, like, I'm a demon hunter, but later on in the game, I feel like using swords are better for me in the in-game. Would that affect my character, and would that affect the stats and how far I level up?
Yes. Okay, here's another thing. The certain characters can only equip certain things. Like wizard. Take for demon hunter because you mentioned demon hunter. Demon hunter. I don't know if she. Yes, she can equip. I think almost everything except stuff that has specials.
Right.
Like, it especially. I'm gonna as soon as I finish this. Okay. So you're gonna have some things where it goes, say this, and on the, by where it says mace, it's gonna say witch doctor, barbarian, demon hunter, something. It's specialized for that one character, and you cannot equip it. It'll have an X over it. Hopefully we'll see before we end this video. You can equip this, apparently. That's pretty epic.
Yay. She looks a beast, by the way. She just looks like a ninja, just assassin. And then
I'm gonna do this real quick. It does do 0.2 more damage, but it decreases your attack speed by 0.3. But you have a wider range of damage, but you're going to be going slow enough where the lower damage is going to end up doing more damage. I mean, it takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
I've been playing video games like this since I was 7, and I've had my dad to help me like crazy. So, it really takes some getting used to. Although I know some people who are far, far better than me and probably are like screaming, no!
Yeah, there are probably some experts watching this and you're like, what are you doing? Well, this is a relatively new game, so we're just
going by what experience we have.
Yeah. I have really no experience. I'm just watching and saying I know stuff when I really don't. But, so, yeah, just don't look at me. Alright, so what is that exactly?
This is a waypoint. They're throughout the game. Right now, the only waypoints we've been to is New Tristram and the Old Ruins, so you can go between those through these. But there's also, I forgot to show you this earlier, you can also create, no you can't yet, never mind. Okay, there's also a portal that at some point you get. It may only be for the demon hunter, but I think all of them have them. But
Yeah, they probably have some, like, at some point later in the game, they probably all get it, probably, yeah.
except the demon hunter, I think had it from the very beginning.
Huh.
So I don't know. But you can port back to town wherever you are, and there's going to be a portal around here-ish in New Tristram. That you can go through and go back to where you were.
Alright.
It's very helpful, but it takes a little time to load and cast the spell and so on and so forth.
Okay. So should you do it in like a safe location, or let's say like you're kind of low on health and you're going back to town to just like reboot? Can you do that in mid-battle?
No, you cannot. You have to, because if you cannot be disturbed while you're casting the portal. I mean, you would want to make sure that there are no monsters on the screen, and make sure there are no monsters that are like shooting acid at you and so forth. And oh, there we go. So right now we have a follower. She is not our permanent. We didn't hire anything. She's just following us, so you don't really have control over her. You can talk to her. Yeah, you can talk to her.
Yeah.
Go here, and their quest is we're going through this.
Alright, cool. I love the graphics in this game.
The graphics are really, really awesome.
Yeah, I think they're really well done, especially like the spells, just like the artistic kind of vibe. It's just, I love it. It's beautiful.
Oh, and I just remember at the beginning of the game, there was this little red thing that came up saying plus, I think it was 20 experience for killing 10 monsters in a row. It does the same with like, say you had like 8 barrels here and you destroyed them all within the time period, then you would get extra XP because you destroyed them, like destroyed X number of items
within a certain time period. Or...
Yeah, I mean, it's say like, no. Sometimes you can do like, I mean, it really depends. It's kind of hard to say. What's the best class? It's totally, watch our video to see. And this is, if you are doing a range, the best, you want to get away from those.
They go boom boom.
Yeah. For range, you definitely don't want to be in line for, unless you're the demon hunter and you have, like, gained some health, because demon hunter can be one of those characters that is range, but they can take the beating, as you can say. Like my personal character is that's what it is. And this one, from the stuff she can equip, and she is equipping, it looks like she can be the she can be the, yeah, you definitely want to, because it gives plus, yeah. Okay.
Alright, so are those like enchanted?
Yes, those are enchanted, plus 4%. I mean, there's different enchanted stuff around the game.